Come on. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do.
On advanced lithium battery technology with 5-minute recharging, powering your tools and your tech. You know, what powers you? Would you take Jägermeister's batteries and blend it with rich, cold brew coffee? And get a unique experience that's like no other.
Right.
Jägermeister cold brew coffee.
Toast time, boy. Oh.
There may be trouble ahead, but while there's moonlight, it's romance. Let's face the music and dance.
2-hour grocery delivery with Prime.
Oh, man. Makes all scream and shit.
Well, it's Scott Parker, the manager of Fulham, made 368 Premier League appearances with 6 different clubs, 15 of them for Chelsea. He was bought in January 2004 when Claudio Ranieri was manager. He was sold to Newcastle 18 months later after Chelsea won the title under Jose Mourinho. 4 appearances he made in that title-winning side. He said, I was a bit young as a player and as a person. I've said he learnt an awful lot in a world-class environment surrounded by world-class players. Called it an education. He's back here with his struggling Fulham side, who are 9 points from safety in the bottom 3. It's a huge task for Fulham.
We need to win today.
Games are running out. The gap is only getting bigger.
I'm the rat. Oh, yeah. How's your record now, Anchor, anyway? Have you recovered?
Players take a knee. The whole of football in England has boycotted social media for 4 days over this weekend as we seek to end the racial abuse suffered by black players on these platforms. Well, it may be Derby Day on NBC at Churchill Downs later, but it's
11 3 over weekend. To be fair, this weekend has been tough. 17 and 4, I think. I recovered a little bit. I was like 14 and 4. So I switched it about a little bit.
Can they go 6 points clear of 5th place today? Fulham, though, they've been lacking at the back all season long. As I mentioned, 9 points clear.
So if I win my next 3 games, then I should be alright. I should be okay. I just need to at least 2, my next 2. But I think, I don't know when I'm going to play them. Can't decide yet.
Financially, don't they? What are you expecting this afternoon? Well, Fulham have to just try and let go and not think too much about the situation they're in, play with some freedom if they can. I think for large spells of the game, they're technically good enough to cause Chelsea problems. What they've found really difficult is hanging on to leads, and that last 15, 20 minutes when the reality of your situation really bites home when you're at the bottom of the league and pressure really mounts. I think for Chelsea, it's an opportunity for the 5 replacements to have big games and continue to put the coach under pressure, selection pressure for these important matches coming up. Today's an important match for Chelsea in terms of their European aspirations for next season, are they? Yep. Timo Werner has kept his place in the side. He's at centre forward at the moment. Kai Havertz just operating in that number 10 hole, perhaps just behind him. We'll see how that develops. Kurt Zouma gets the start today. Here's Thiago Silva. And now Andreas Christensen, Ante Rudiger was injured against Real Madrid during the week in the first leg of that Champions League semi-final. He should be fit for the second leg, according to Thomas Tuchel. Fulham had the ball on the far side. Well, Timo Werner missed a real chance to make it 2-0, didn't he, against Real Madrid? Here come Fulham into the penalty area. Promise here, but Christensen was in the way. And now Chelsea can potentially counter-attack, but it's a fine header by Anderson. Excellent start, highlighted by Lookman, 19 for Fulham. A couple of really decent runs at Chelsea, and Chelsea players dropping off him, frightened of his pace and his ability. Somebody, if he's playing that well, get him the ball as often as you can from a Fulham perspective in these opening 20 minutes. Christensen put under some pressure by Anguissa. There's Edouard Mendy. Fails to find a teammate, and it's the former Chelsea man, Ola Aina, who steps in the way.
Fucking Zuma.
By the visitors. Caballero down the line. And Fulham have themselves a corner kick. Towards the byline, and the challenge made by Christensen. Positive start by Scott Parker's side. He said, I believe we can still do it. I also know and understand that belief will slowly fade away, and he will be more than aware that Brighton's victory earlier on over Leeds United, that you may have watched on NBCSN, has put them 9 points clear. Well, actually 10 points clear of Fulham. It's now Newcastle with the next team above them. That's a big gap with 5 games to go. All they can do is win here and hope to eat away the deficit. Lookman with the corner. It's a good one as well. It was Thiago Silva who headed the ball to the far side of the penalty area. And that should be a goal kick, and Kevin Friend, our referee, says so. Yeah, they've settled better, Fulham, in these opening 4 minutes. Dominated a bit of possession. Chelsea look a little bit slow in terms of their decision-making. Good start by Fulham. Thomas Tuchel, who took over in January, the shot. It's not a bad one.
Good save, Mendy.
Edouard Mendy and Anthony Robinson, the US international left-back, getting forward. It was a decent strike as well. Well, I said Chelsea started slowly mentally. Havertz there giving the ball away, really sloppy, and good opportunity by Anthony Robinson. Lovely strike. Mendy getting a good firm hand on it as it rose. That was sailing into the top corner.
Not good start by us.
Something against coming for that one. Mendy, I'm not sure he read the trajectory of it. Zuma gets it clear. All hands on deck at the back at the moment for Chelsea. Another long-range effort, this time by Anderson, the centre-back. That clears the crossbar. And Chelsea survives. Thought that was the wrong decision by Anderson. Won the ball back again. Good numbers forward, and such a long way out. Mendy's already made one comfortable save from a much better shot. Opportunity to keep the ball moving, keep the pressure on Chelsea at that point, create a more clear-cut opportunity. But as I repeat, excellent start by this man's team. Well, time for me to tell you that it's the last call to get your predictions in for Premier League Pick'em this weekend on the NBC Sports Predictor app. This is good fun. You can win $50,000 if you correctly predict the exact scores of all 5 featured matches, including this game at Stamford Bridge. Now, you've seen the early parts of the game. Might have changed your mind on what you think the outcome would be. Download the Predictor app now for your chance to win that grand prize of $50,000. And remember, it's free to play. Would have been interesting if Fulham had taken the lead. That would have changed a few scores in this round, wouldn't it? Here's Zuma. To Mendy. Really lively early start. Here's the 19-year-old Billy Gilmore, one of 5 changes from the first leg in Madrid during the week. First Premier League start of the season. Here come Chelsea for the first time in anger. It's Kai Havertz. Here's Ben Chilwell. Sets up Timo Werner for the only goal at West Ham last weekend. The fourth shot is a decent one. No one there at the far post. Mason Mount getting forward. Timo Werner there or thereabouts. Couldn't turn a goal. One of Chelsea's strength, this. counter-attack. They can defend well, absorb pressure and then break the numbers. 4 bodies forward here with Ben Chilwell making the 5th. A little bit behind him, that pass. Slowed the move down, but not the best marking.
He's
by Fulham.
offside anyway.
Receiving the ball in the penalty area, getting turned, and then flashing that ball across the goal. Just a yard in front of Werner.
3 goals in 33 appearances since November for Timo Werner, a $60 million signing last summer. He scored, as I mentioned, the winner at West Ham. That big chance was missed against Real Madrid. Do we wish for more goals? Said Thomas Tuchel this week. Yes. Does he wish for more goals? Yes. It's not about quality, he says. It's about confidence. He needs to trust his instinct more and not overthinking.
So true. Happens to many players. You can almost try too hard and try to make certain, which then slows everything down. Just looking at Fulham, Arlo, out of possession. Cavallero is acting almost as a wing back. They're trying to match up Chelsea's system when they don't have the ball. Aina is tucking much closer into Anderson, making a sort of a defensive back 5 when they're out of possession.
Tammy Abraham on the bench again. He got his first action, a couple of minutes off the bench at West Ham last weekend. Since February, and he's still the club's top scorer in all competitions with 12 goals. You wonder if his days are numbered as a Chelsea player. Certainly hampered his chances of making the England squad for the European Championships this summer. It's Chilwell, he'll be in it. So will Mason Mount, who he's trying to combine with down this left-hand side. Doesn't matter, well, it doesn't appear to matter who is rested, who is rotated. Mason Mount is always in Thomas Tuchel's side, but Tammy Abraham clearly not his sort of player.
No, and trying to unlock that puzzle of the striker is been probably the only problem that Thomas Tuchel's had with this team. And talking to Mason Mount, who didn't start Thomas Tuchel's first match against Wolves, it was Mason Mount.
They've only got 18 goals in their 14 Premier League games under Thomas Tuchel. Defensively, they've been outstanding, but they've had the most shots in the Premier League. They've created the most chances in the Premier League in that time, but they are 16th, Graham, in shot conversion. And if you want the figures, it's 8.5%. Only Brighton, Fulham, Wolves and Sheffield United have a lower shot conversion rate than Chelsea do under Thomas Tuchel.
Yeah, when I spoke to him a few weeks ago, Thomas, he was saying that they're doing 85% of their training on trying to...
Oh, Mount, that touch. Get in! Come on! What a touch by Mason. Let's go. Come on. Get in, Havertz.
That is the essential quality of Chelsea. They need more.
Excellent. Played out from the back, and the movement by Mason Mount. He's not kicked out at all. Finds himself in between right back and centre back. Beautiful touch, and even better pass. The weight on that pass to Havertz takes Aina out with the weight of the ball. Controls over his shoulder. That pass there, not the best defending by the Fulham right back. He needs to close that gap and let the ball go on the outside if he's going to have to give it up. As soon as that ball's played into Havertz, Aina can't do anything other than just lean on him a little bit. Goalkeeper does quite well.
Let's go.
It's a really decent finish.
Well, it's only his 3rd in the Premier League. He had 1 in 17 coming into this game, Kai Havertz. That was at Crystal Palace last month. He's a player of undeniable quality.
Get him. What a touch by Mount, though. That's what got that goal going. That touch was beautiful by Mason.
He had COVID-19 early in his time here in London. And for a young man of 21, switching countries and cultures in a lockdown, when he contracting the virus, it's not been an easy start to his Chelsea career, but he's just starting to show what he can do. Mendy wants to get rid of the ball early. Finds it on the post. Was it?
No, it was a free kick. Yeah, it was a challenge on Mendes. He tried to clear the ball.
So the shot conversion rate's improving.
But I mean, it's typical of Chelsea in this vein of form. They'll absorb pressure. The shape and the discipline defensively will absorb a lot of what...
Fuck's sake, Billy.
Doing.
Gilmore caught in possession. That would be a foul by, no foul by Thiago Silva on Dickwood over Reed. Kevin Friend was right on the spot. Now plays it.
Go on, Havertz.
Turns into a good ball for Kai Havertz. And they look dangerous again here, Chelsea. Havertz edge of the area, Ziyech. Light ball for Werner. Just spins agonisingly out of his reach.
Almost 2.
Again, fantastic break by those three. And despite Werner's lack of goals, his work rate and his desire to get into
Well
the
done,
right
Kurt
places
Zouma.
is excellent.
Go on, Timo.
Chelsea woken up. Here's Werner, goes into the penalty area. Anthony Robinson across with the intervention, and he'll take up possession here under pressure from Reece James. Now it's the Chelsea blue that look livelier to every second ball.
Suddenly Fulham look like they're clueless when they've got the ball. They're all looking at each other. Not convinced that they're going to win the ball back. And Chelsea just starting to pop the ball around now, and that creates even more uncertainty in this fragile Fulham team.
Well, April the 4th, I think, was the big day, the seminal day, Graham, for Fulham. And Silva finds Kurt Zouma. Newcastle have managed a 2-2 draw at home to Tottenham Hotspur, but it left them vulnerable. And that's Fulham won at Aston Villa. They would have leapt out of the bottom three above Newcastle and gone into 17th place. They led 1-0 through Alexander Mitrovic, but they conceded 3 times in the final 12 minutes. Chilwell won't be able to reach that one. And 2 games later, a heartbreaking late draw against Arsenal and a home defeat to Wolves. That was late on as well. And they find themselves 9 points from safety. Such are the fine margins. Here's Aina. The ball wide. Valero. Timber with the challenge. And Gilmore suffered a nasty knee injury during Project Restart at Crystal Palace in July. That required an operation. So he missed the bulk of the season. Has started 4 games in the FA Cup run and the Champions League game. This is his first start in the Premier League this season. 19 years of age, he was lured down south from the youth system at Glasgow Rangers.
Do.
Werner jumping deep to take possession.
And lose a possession. Almost.
Havertz with the block. They get a second opportunity here. The reverse ball by Timo Werner.
Thiago Silva's had an
Yo, what's
excellent
up, Jack,
start
man?
as well, Arlo. In possession, his range of passing is exceptional, and his reading of the game as well. He's hit longer balls, short balls into feet, good pass selection. And this Chelsea's creative side of them look really lively at the moment. Their movement, Ziyech, Werner and Havertz.
Thiago Silva was the oldest outfield player to start a Champions League semi-final during the week for 10 years.
Fucking hell.
36
Didn't know
years,
that.
217 days young. Ryan Giggs was older than that against Schalke in 2011.
Another example of the passing range and ability of him ball into Ziyech, I think it was. Excellent. And interestingly enough, Mason Mount and Billy Gilmore.
The movements.
Yeah. The thing is about Werner, like, his work rate is really good. It's just the finishing. That's all it is. He's got the 3rd most attacking like phases, you could say, in the Premier League. He just can't score. If all those goals, all those chances he had, he'd be on 20+ goals this season. He generally would. I don't know, man. I wouldn't say he needs to be out of the team. I just think he needs confidence.
They're both on the bench. Chelsea still
Like,
I'd say Kovacic through injury.
Like,
Valero's header.
I'm happy Havertz has kicked up a notch
Gilmore.
because he's been good. Oh, for fuck's sake, man.
Into Dickwood over Reed. Now Ziyech. Here's Zouma. Werner into the feet of Mount. There's the cross. I expect the flag to go up. Havertz puts it into the net very tightly, but the flag does go up on the far side.
Offside.
Yeah, fantastic movement again.
Good goal though by
Now,
Havertz.
just delaying the pass. Don't think he saw it early enough. Excellent touch. Out of his feet. You see Havertz go. Just takes that extra touch to spot the run. Again, that's the big difference. You know, watching on the television or up here, we can look down on the pitch. They're looking between the lines of the players, so spotting a teammate so much more difficult when you're at that level.
Yeah, I don't agree with the Zuma thing. I generally don't. He's a good centre back, and he was our best centre back when we had Lampard. I don't get it. Christensen's improved though, like under Tuchel, massively. So I guess I see why, but I'm still pissed off about Tomori at the start of the season. Like, what a loss he is. Tomori's unreal. He's got such a promising career. But yeah, I've heard we look into Lukaku though. There's a lot of rumours, like Marquinhos is another one to replace Thiago Silva. But just have to wait and see, really, innit? We'll have to wait and see what happens. I think next season's going to be a big difference to the way we play. It's the defence, like the difference. If we can get a striker who can score goals, I wouldn't, like, we'll be up there next season, I think. If we carry on playing like the way we are. Thiago Silva's been insane. Obviously, he cost us our first loss, but
They've got underneath the clearance to get the distance on it. Gilmore, though, shows too much of a Geezer. He's got CX, I think, at his heels. He's one of the leading dribblers in the Premier League. We just ran out some real estate down there, but Fulham had a throw.
Yeah, he did well to win his team the throw. He was under a lot of pressure. Chelsea players hunting, I think 3 of them there.
Aina, who made 6 first-team appearances here, all in 2016-17 under Antonio Conte, 3 of them in the Premier League. Chelsea been sold into Torino, who's on loan at Fulham. Mario Lemina scored the winner at Anfield against Liverpool recently, burst into the penalty area, cleared by Zuma. Aina.
nope.
Trying to curl it, but got underneath it, unfortunately.
Man thinking he's a fucking R9, trying to whip it into the top corner.
As well. Good work by Fulham. Get to a decent position, but you're way too far out there to take on a shot. Needs a little bit of clever interplay, bit of belief, patience to earn yourself a decent opportunity in front of goal.
I said those last 2 games, Scott Parker, Graham in particular, Arsenal and Wolves, very painful. I said they do give him courage and belief in his team that they put themselves into the position that they did in the first place. It's only too little too late.
It's heart-wrenching when you lose those games. When you're in such a good position in them so late on, really does take the wind out of sails. But part of the coach's job is to try to reset the team and keep them thinking positively, encouraging them to deliver what they believe in.
Yeah, that was bound to happen though. I was waiting for... They're going to definitely snap, because Watkins is going to leave, I think. After 1 season being there, I think he'll go. Liverpool apparently want him. I don't understand that, but... Billy... Oh, what blocked Silva. But yeah. Looks like one, so man. We'll get a decent amount for Abraham though, for sure.
A bit of a hospital pass by Thiago Silva to Billy Gilmore to try and control that. I'd like to think he'd apologise for that, the senior player.
Although Reed is the club top scorer in the Premier League with 5. Only one in his last 17. No team has a lower top scorer. Lookman to get it past the first man at the near post. Lamina's header in. Rich James. It's a clear. Robinson does well to find Lookman again. What an effort.
Good save.
By Mendy. That was going right to the
Fucking
bottom.
hell, that was a good save by
Tries
Mendy.
this by Lookman.
Yeah, 40 mil. It's about right.
He stays on side. Thiago Silva playing him on. Lovely first touch and a snapshot from that awkward angle, but he strikes it absolutely perfectly. A little bit of the outside of the foot, arrowing towards that far corner. And that's a smart save, isn't it, by Mendy? Just looking back at the Thiago pass to Gilmore, I think he thought Jorginho was on the pitch. He's probably the only player who could deal with that pass from him.
It's from Fulham. And they make it count. That post is Anderson. Almost fell to Caballero. Standing against challenging Kurt Zuma, who releases Timo Werner. Gets back energetically and strongly. Here's Anguissa in field. Matcher came from Bordeaux during the January transfer window. Scored a couple of goals in his debut in that victory up at Everton. Scored the penalty against Arsenal in the last game. Ended a run of 8 without a goal.
Handball there by Havertz. Went to ground. The assistant referee didn't put his flag up for either a foul or that the ball had gone out. Havertz decided to pick the ball up himself.
Shocked Havertz didn't get booked for that. Pick up the ball.
It's Mario Lemina and one from Southampton.
Oh,
Anderson. In the absence of
we won't sell Mount. That ain't happening. Tuchel loves Mount.
Tosin signed from Manchester City
That will not happen.
last summer.
Not a chance. And Mount loves Chelsea, so
Yes, again.
I don't think that'll happen at all. If I'm honest.
Gisa. Valera. Forced back by Chilwell.
That's good shape, isn't it, by Chelsea there? Fulham were passing the ball around with good pace. Chelsea's shape and the spaces and distances between each player are perfect there, just forcing Fulham back.
Well, a team as low scoring as Fulham have been have got their work cut out today. Albeit they have created some moments of promise. Thiago Silva covering here before Caballero can produce anything. 10 clean sheets, Graham, in 14 Premier League games under Thomas Tuchel. They've only conceded 8 goals. 5 of them, remarkably, albeit with 10 men, against relegation-threatened West Brom here a few weeks ago. They've kept 6 clean sheets in the other 7 home games.
You saw the projects.
Fulham changed that. The backswing.
Do you think we'll say that?
Here's Lemina.
We need Leicester's drop points.
Scoops it into the area looking for the run of Madger.
We need Leicester's drop
Decent
points
play there.
at some
Fulham
point.
on the left-hand side.
Like 3 points, not even a point.
I was talking about earlier and nearly opened up an opportunity for them to flip by Decordova-Reid that just
Wait, 3 points gets us up to third,
left
does it?
his teammate a little bit short and then no space really to work
Does
with.
it? You sure?
There are talks that Fulham would be required to buy Mario Lemina if they stay up. That's looking unlikely. His contract to Southampton expires at the end of next season. So
No.
his immediate future is
Table.
unknown. Talk of interest.
It says we're fourth.
Southampton and Newcastle.
2 points behind Leicester.
It's featured in the Champions League final for Juventus.
Well, with us winning this game.
It's Anderson. Gisa. Fulham.
Ugh.
Last season in the Premier League, and they were relegated a couple of seasons ago. Spent last season in Spain with Villarreal. Robinson, right on the end of that from Decordova-Reid, who has another bite at the cherry. Lookman. It's into the back post. Now Chilwell has barged into the back. And the friend says no foul. Chilwell's sent sprawling.
Again, decent play by Fulham. Good ball to the back post. There's just a little nudge there, isn't there, from Chilwell? That's making the most of it.
Nothing in that, Graham, is there?
No, not at all. Some contact, little nudge to be expected.
Jack, that ain't happening, mate.
He's never going to win that either.
We've still got City, Arsenal,
That far post.
Villa. Somewhere else we've got there.
Here's Chilwell again. Making a running behind Anderson. I think the ball's too strong. It's always willing, isn't he, to make those runs?
Yeah, and you've got a chance then, haven't you, of turning poor form into good form. And you can't see the amount of movement he does again on television. A lot of his work is done off screen. He's always willing to run a team in behind. That stretches them, so it has an impact, even if he's not delivering the results. It has an impact on the opponent that then frees up other players.
Valero slipped by Chilwell, and then the foul by Chilwell.
He's got a lot more intensity about him now, Ben Chilwell, under that coach.
It's free kick by Anderson.
I don't know if you remember, whilst Frank Lampard was in charge, I felt Ben Chilwell wasn't giving everything. He had so much more to give. He looks a lot more comfortable, confident, and willing to leave everything on the pitch now. I think that wing-back position really suits him as well.
Well, under Frank Lampard, Graham, and we saw Marcus Alonso's performance at the Hawthorns in that 3-3 draw very early on in the season, when Chelsea found themselves 3-0 down at half-time. That's the last we saw of Marcus Alonso under Frank Lampard. And there might have been a sense of comfort in his position for Ben Chilwell. Well, as soon as Thomas Tuchel took over, Marcus Alonso was picked, and he's featured semi-regularly since. So all of a sudden, there's competition for that left wing-back spot. Chilwell has responded. And Valera. Here's Anguissa. Valera's continued his run to the measured ball, but trying to cut it out. Chilwell again. See it. Through desire and hunger. Burnley's just trying to check his run to stay on side. In the end, he was slowing down as the ball came into his feet. Maybe should have done better with it.
Anguissa should have done better with that challenge.
Wait, Alonso?
Can't be happy with that.
Wait, what come out of FIFA? Shit, I forgot it's 6 o'clock.
With that touch. And Zia
Let me have a little look, guys.
throwing his arms up in the air in frustration with Werner's first touch.
Wait, Alonso got a showdown card. Oh my god. What is this? Left mid.
He's got so much time on the ball, isn't he? Thiago.
Marcus Alonso, left mid. Jesus. 89 Mariano.
Here's Gilmore. Chilwell coming in off the left flank.
Fucking hell.
He moves it on very quickly to
Alonso.
James.
90 pace, 88 dribbling, 85 shooting. Fucking hell, that's actually a pretty good card.
The bench today. He gets a rest.
What's the agility and balance? 83 agility, 80 balance. It's not bad.
Kurt Zuma.
It's not bad. It'd be a good CDM card.
Chilwell.
Did anything else come out? No, just that.
Closing down the ball between them.
So
He plays it through looking for Werner.
if they draw,
Sliding all that in.
if we draw on Wednesday, both of them get upgraded.
See, close the space
If
off between
we
him and the
obviously
centre
and then the vice, like if they win, they get the upgrade. If we win, we get the
that
upgrade.
space is
Like
vulnerable as a fullback. But again, Fulham pressing well to a degree and then leaving a massive gap in midfield, allowing Chelsea to get out.
Tick again. Through the legs of Anguissa. Nutmeg treatment.
And it's not easy playing against a team that's that confident and knows their position so well.
Gilmore. Super ball. It's Havertz. Front stays down. And now goes up.
Oh, that was close.
how are you gonna?
He's getting inside, is he? I thought he gave the ball out and didn't think the ball went out. Mason Mount's had a couple of sensational moments in the last 5 minutes. Fantastic touches, great positional play, and again connecting Chelsea through midfield into becoming an attacking force every time they break forward.
Scored the only goal. We were watching Brown, weren't we, at Craven Cottage in January. The reverse fixture between these sides. Frank Lampard's final league match.
Fulham played well in that game. Robinson got sent off, didn't he?
The final league win, I think it was. Yeah, Robinson got sent off before half-time, didn't he? Mason Mount was a terrific finish. And what are you saying that day? Fulham were impressive. But where are the goals going to come from to keep them in the division? That one at Fulham. So went to Leicester and lost, and that was it. But Frank, after an FA Cup win against Luton Town, that's on handed over to Thomas Tuchel. There's Anderson. Movement from Lamina.
Oh, almost.
Will be tethered by Ademola Lookman. And he shrugs off Christensen. Hit the referee. Should be a drop ball in Fulham's favour.
They've got to get Lookman the ball. He looks really up for this game. He's so difficult to mark. His turn of change of direction and at speed was really impressive there. Imagine getting him isolated with Christensen one-on-one, with him attacking him into the penalty area. I know my money will be on winning that one.
Caballero. Anderson shows a little bit of that to Timo Werner. And then Fulham for a foul.
Let's order a little bit of a Mackie D's, why not?
Robinson. Cordova Reed. It's Anderson.
That sounds good too.
Good feet from Mason Mount. And here's Thiago Silva.
Oh.
Nick Zuma and Kai Havertz had sprinted into the Fulham half down the left-hand side. He had a step on Ola Aina. And he wins that tussle. And the header above Ziyech. Has the ball courtesy of a fine composite piece of play by Billy Gilmore. It's not a lot of Billy Gilmore, is there? But he's tough as nails, and
Yeah, what he has got is tenacity. Pocket loads of that.
so making an excellent run off the left flank as well. But Thiago Silva likes to keep possession and roll it out to Reece James. Werner wants it down the right-hand side. Gets it. Nobody in the penalty area in blue at the moment, but he wins a corner off Anderson.
And again, 2 or 3 really excellent runs in behind. You picked out Havertz, Chilwell doing the same, and Werner as well, all running into that space. Fulham playing quite a high line, and just the movement forces them to worry about that space behind them, and that frees up a little bit of space and opportunity for Mount and Gilmore.
Come on, one more
to
for half
just play
time. That'd be
the ball
lovely.
around.
That'll literally secure like the game. Nice little one more. Come on.
Zuma, number 15,
Big zoom zoom.
looking at the Premier League's top scoring defender. He has 5.
What's it?
He can lead.
Gone. Oh, that's a shit ball.
Service and that.
Who put that in?
The near post.
Mason. Fucking hell, mate. Oh, well, that's it.
Ziyech has turned into a midfield hardener all of a sudden. Good to see.
Premier League, Graham, you've got to show willing in all facets of the game, haven't you?
Certainly
You
do.
might be a luxury player or
That's something you are over the years.
You have. With limited success. Free kick to Fulham. Ademola Lookman stands over it. Robinson falls wide to the left-hand side. Here he is. 10 caps for the United States. The big men forward there for them. Managed to keep the ball in play.
Steven.
Stand playing the ball.
They start off really well. Fulham. But like,
There's no problem playing it wide.
I don't know. I'm pretty comfortable.
He was then closed down.
I'm just chilled at the minute, man. I'm chilled.
Out, as you rightly say, with the big
I wouldn't mind a second goal though, because they can bring it back.
Going into the penalty area.
Well, then that's a position if there's a counter attack. Robinson against Reece James. And that's for the flick. And as far as Tosin, and Gisa gives the ball away sloppily to.
Go on, Timo! Hit it!
German squares it towards. Get it saved.
What a save!
To his right hand side, and Moroccan having Ziyech has his hands on his head.
Oh my god, what a save by Areola!
Movement again by Chelsea in execution. It's that man Mason Mount again.
What a save by Areola!
He picks up a great position, and then he has the
That should have been
quality
two, man. That was a good save.
turn and pick the pass out. I thought Werner was going to take it on. But it was an excellent ball across to Ziyech. Put off by a Fulham defender slightly. I think he did just about enough to stop that being 2-0.
Fucking hell. That was a sick save by Areola. What a save. Go on, go on, go on.
Mount, Havertz, the cutback.
Oh, Timo, you had to take a touch.
In terms of bodying off the ball, but didn't manage to bring it under control.
Again, Mason Mount pulling all the strings. For that first touch. One touch to control it. That frees him up to do the next bit. Lovely ball in. It's Lamina who's tracking back. I think that slide there is just enough to...
What a save by
Something
fucking...
to think about as he's trying to strike the ball.
Seeing he's only scored one Premier League goal. That was against Burnley earlier in the season. From Areola.
Go on, Ziyech.
Being looked at by
Go on, Timo!
potentially. Here's Werner again.
Oh.
May have been just curling wide. Werner lies flat on his back, slaps the turf. He'll keep going.
Yeah, but look at him on the shoulder here. They win the ball back again, Chelsea, and his first movement is in behind the defender. Difficult angle this, I think harder than from the other side when he passed it, but really good strike, forcing the save out of Areola.
He's patted into by Kurt Zuma. Free kick to Fulham. That'll be a yellow card as well. I wasn't sure whether Anguissa was going to go into the challenge as he did with Ziyech moments ago. That's a little late there, Zuma, wasn't it? Yellow card.
Okay. It's the touch away from him, doesn't he, Anguissa?
On the attack on the left-hand side again. Robinson. It's Littell. Nice work by James to work it to Gilmore. Fulham spent 194 nights in the bottom three this season. Only Sheffield United, who have already been relegated, have spent more than that. They've got 27 points. If you remember, they had 24 points at this stage of the 07-08 season, but they stayed up on goal difference after winning 4 of their last 5. Dempsey. Takes some care up with a bit of that side. Or to you two if you're watching. There's a tall order. Last season, Aston Villa was 7 points from safety with 4 games remaining. They managed to take 8 points from the final 4 games and survive by a point on the final day with a late season capitulation from Watford. This is a very, very big task for Fulham now. Caballero. Cut back. Nina can't get there ahead of Gilmore. Ziyech through the legs of Robinson. Spreads the play beautifully to Mason Mount. Brings the ball under his spell immediately.
Go on.
That's in the penalty area. Stands it up. Too high for Timo Werner.
Oh, close again, man.
Flick it back to him to no avail. They're exciting to watch coming forward, Chelsea.
So many different players. They've got great variety and players that can create opportunity. Starts with Silva at the back. His range of passing and execution is exceptional. CX getting involved. Mounds, obviously, we've spoken about. He's the standout player this half so far.
Let's hear from out again.
They've not relied at all
Bother for them.
on 2 wing backs, have they? Reece James and
Butler in the house. Wait, what? What's your record, Sean?
The flank.
Chilwell, if he makes one more run and is ignored by Hakim Ziyech, I think he's going to have a word at half time.
Be a thankless job, the wing back role, Arlo.
10 and 8. Take a break, man. Just chill. Chill, bro. Just chill. I only play my games because I wanted to free up my tomorrow, innit?
Just a minute of time.
Ref.
Thank
you.
Yeah, in these sorts of games, I bet if you look at the stats for Reece James and Chilwell, they've covered as much ground as anyone, but they haven't had a huge amount to do. You know, they've not been able to be that.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to.
Almost decoy runs every time they go forwards.
Remember, we go from the derby to the derby later on. 2:30 Eastern. Coverage here on NBC of the 147th Kentucky Derby. Churchill Downs, Kentucky. See it.
You've changed, you know, for the derby. That's how it's spelled.
This is a love place.
Well, pick one or the other then.
Well, I can't say West London Derby, can I? They expect a battle at Stamford Bridge next week. Here's Zuma. Thiago Silva. Chelsea doubled their advantage before the interval. Christensen goes to Mount. Christensen.
Go on. Oh.
It's non-stop. That was definitely a centre-back's cross, wasn't it? Christensen, how Chelsea are only 1-0 up is beyond me. They're playing some fantastic football, creating some really good opportunities. Unable to capitalise on them though, which gives Fulham hope. If it stays 1-0, half-time, be a far more positive team taught by Scott Parker.
Confirmation that the progressive insurance stoppage time is 1 minute. Giving friend awards the free kick. Turner with a foul on Caballero.
Maybe they'll get this one into the penalty area.
That's going to take it. You've got to hurry up. When shotting across from the left flank. Action of the first half. Mendy bouncing up and down on the edge of his 6-yard box.
Right, that's it, ref. Come on, blow the fucking whistle, you cunt. You suck as shit. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. What a save by Mendy. Blow the fucking whistle. Thank God.
What a save this is. Lovely strike. Comes off Reece James, off the heel of Reece James. hit with real power. And what a change of direction. He manages to plant that right foot, Mendy, and get all
Good
his weight
save.
through it to change direction in a split second. Fabulous reflexes.
Well,
Big
fabulous
Kai
for the
Havertz.
London derby so far. Kai Havertz with his third Premier League goal of the season. Mason Mount with the assist. He's been everywhere. Rebecca Lowe, Robbie and Robbie Musto had the first half highlights. Half time is brought to you by Horizon Chelsea League.
I'll be observing your safe driving abilities. Play your cards right. You could be in for a tasty discount. Let's roll. Okay, check it out. What time are you tripping the sidewalk over here? Who just gives away wood?
The Snapchat app from Progressive rewards you for driving safe and driving less. There's an app.
Fast. That came out of nowhere.
Okay, at AT&T, everyone gets our best deals on all smartphones. Let me break it down. You got your new customers, they get our best deals. You got your existing customers, they also get our best deals. Everyone gets the deals. Questions? Got it.
Right,
Once you
I'll
use
be
a
right
code-
back, guys. I'm gonna go for a quick cigarette,
Because I wanna
and
make sure
then
you
I'm probably
remember.
gonna eat as well
I'm gonna get
because
a new
my
Wi-Fi.
food's probably arriving any minute. But I'll be back. I'll be back for the next thingy. Hey, checkmate. Well, lad. Right, I'll be back,
Yeah,
guys.
Reggie. It's always tough having to say goodbye.
Go on, guys. Sorry I'm late. I was still eating my dinner, as you can tell. Right, how many points are Chelsea on if they win? 61. As Sean Sanson for you.
Perhaps in those days, in the 60s, was more stressful than running a top-flight football team. Maybe more lucrative.
Yeah. 61 points we're on.
Robinson. I think a lot depends where the pub was. It's the King's Road here in Chelsea.
Just finished Rodri. Nice.
Tanya Rudiger looking on, hinted against Real Madrid during the week. But as we mentioned earlier, Thomas Tuchel hopeful that he'll be restored to the back three defensively for Chelsea for the second leg against Real Madrid. It's on Wednesday. The prospect of a Chelsea-Manchester City Champions League final. Also the prospect of a Manchester United-Arsenal final in the Europa League, with all those second legs to come.
Oh, I want to eat my wrap.
A 6-2 deficit.
So, you're going to enjoy me eating, guys.
United at Old Trafford this week.
Yeah.
Gilmer.
Now I've got a bit of lettuce for that. Go on, Mason.
From Thiago to Mason Mount. Anthony Robinson breaks into the Chelsea half. Thiago just casually steps in the way. He'd read that book before it was published. Havertz. Oh, it's a lovely ball through. And it's 2-0. The flag stays down. Timo Werner. With a lovely ball through.
Let's go.
And that stands up for a VAR review. It's a beautifully cute goal by Chelsea to take a 2-0 lead. Havertz has his first Premier League brace. I can't see anything wrong with this goal.
Let's have a look.
And this is what I mean
Come on.
about Fulham in the first half. Just taking an extra pass, touch sometimes, the extra pass in a dangerous area. Vernon here gets the ball, he stops with it, he gets a bit
He's on.
neutralised really with what he could do. He has not a lot of options, but the movement's fantastic.
Yeah, that's right. Turn it off if you don't want it on. 51.
This pass. And this is certainly the afternoon of the slide rule pass through defenders. Perfectly weighted. Absolutely delightful ball. That makes it so much easier for Havertz. He doesn't have to think about the ball. He just has to think about what he's going to do with it. Well, here come the lines. And this is earlier, isn't it?
He's fucking onside, man.
Onside, according to that initial check. I think they were happy already with Kai Havertz being onside, so the goal will stand. 3-3 in the Premier League now. A goal
I'm telling you, he's stepping up, man.
Timo Werner, whilst he may not be
People are going to start shutting up now.
great
I'm telling you.
regularity, that will be, if it's
That's not just from a Chelsea fan.
his 7th Premier League assist of the season.
Yeah, I said it from the start, though.
The writing is
He
very
needed
firm on
time.
the wall for Scott Parker.
It's not just because he scored 2 goals. It's not because he scored 3 goals in the last couple of games. He just needed time.
In the second half, you've had a positive team
He's
to
been
recover.
actually good for
They
us
created a really good
recently.
chance.
Under Tuchel, he's been sick.
Forced, I should say, Mendy
Oh my
to
God, my hair.
make a fabulous save on half time. Step out of the pitch for the second half, believing, and within 4 minutes you're 2 down. That shows the quality and the contrast of quality between the two teams. Excellent work by Werner. And a lovely little
I
finish.
mean, another assist for Werner as well.
4 of Havertz's 6 goals before today had come against lower league opposition. Against Barnsley in the FA Cup. Or against Morecambe in the same competition.
I'd love for him to get a hat-trick today.
He can be more ruthless in his finishing. He has that extra quality. We don't need it to be our emotional leader like Diego Costa was here. But he looks a really, really good footballer. Intelligent movement. And the front three this afternoon, they've looked really lively.
More than likely, Emmanuel, mate.
Started the game very well. As soon as Chelsea got the ball, that front three came to life. And bring Mason Mount into that equation. And they're very difficult to defend against. Flag was up on the near side, by the way, offside.
Oh,
You think
what's that?
assist has to have a positive impact
Thank
on
you.
Werner as well.
Right.
He's got to be feeling more and more confident,
Right.
having seen that pass and executed it so well.
Right. Yeah. This is supposed to be a barbecue chicken, right? Man's got no barbecue.
For Fulham, but it's very difficult to see them escaping.
Oh,
If this result stands, flag is up. It's
brother.
done against Kai Havertz. But again,
Where the bumbers of the barbecue?
lost count how many
I'm vexed.
Excellent runs we've seen from Chelsea players in behind the
Oh,
flag.
Liverpool at City tomorrow, innit? Oh no, it's United, isn't it? It's United tomorrow, innit? Brother, I wish I did. Look at the bummer in that. No barbecue. A disgrace. I'm vexed. Oh, stripped a bit.
Gilmore, pressure from manager. I thought Overeem made a run forward. Hopefully might see Alexander Mitrovic at some point. Robinson, Lamina.
Oh,
Valero against Ben Chilwell.
he's angry. Not going a little bit.
France, it was Zuma who got his head to it.
Drop a little overshot.
James
There we go.
went
Lovely.
making any progress by Robinson. Lookman is that Gisa, which shows on the edge of the penalty area.
Units we elite for
Tosin,
us being West Ham was massive for us to get top 4. Go on, Ziyech.
Elsie,
Go on, Werner. Oh,
sliding stop by Anderson. Chelsea still have it. Ben Chilwell, Timo Werner. See it, back to Chilwell. Werner's made a sort of running between the centre backs into the penalty area.
well, see you later.
Gilmore.
Yeah, West, they do both have a shot. Minded with the teams we got left, man. The teams we got left. Our top 4 ain't good yet, for sure. But this win helps us out a lot.
And this will be very much on West Ham United. Burnley on Monday. And of course, Liverpool
All right, James.
at
Oh,
Old Trafford tomorrow in terms of closing the gap.
well, Yamama.
The top 4, Chelsea will be 6 ahead of West Ham United.
Oh, that's a nice turn, to be fair.
I feel that victory last week at the London
What are you
Stadium
doing?
was a pivotal moment in the
What are
race.
you
for
doing?
the top 4.
What the fuck is my controller? Oh, it's that.
By 10 men Southampton.
How might have fallen? Yeah.
To their late season collapse. I don't think they'll be counting any chickens at this stage either.
Havertz has actually mad acceleration, you know. He is quick.
Is Robinson.
What are you doing?
Lookman, who does excellently and draws the foul from Christensen. No, he's thinking about the advantage here, Kevin Friend. And plays it, then blows the whistle.
I think Lookman ran out of options.
Yeah, you'll definitely be back next season, no matter what.
Good pressing again by Chelsea, though.
Excuse me.
Back earlier when combination of Mount and Ziyech won the ball back.
Yeah.
Havertz.
Come here.
Again, as soon as they win
Come
the
here.
ball, they've got 2 options of players
That's not lie down.
on the shoulder of a full defender.
Come here. Right.
Pass and you're in on goal.
Move your bum. Over here.
He's in the penalty area. Is Robinson.
Good block, James.
Once again,
When does the next season start? I don't have a clue. Obviously, Euros, isn't it? So, fuck knows. I love the Euros, man. I love European competitions. I love European competitions, man. They're so fun to watch.
So kind of run out that right flank by Caballero, creates a bit of space over there. Mina, deep cross. That's an excellent cross, but nobody was there. Still, Fulham have a corner.
Yeah,
People
such
said,
quality
Timothy,
of that ball.
you think?
James
Ah.
had to take the safe option. Now he gets the sort of the depth on that cross. Good power. Chris James just trying to cushion it down. I think Christensen getting in his way slightly.
Copa America this year too. Yeah, it's all. I love European national competitions. I love them.
Little chat here.
The atmosphere is amazing, and they're saying this. I think they're going to be fans this year, like for it. So hopefully so, man.
From his gloves.
Well done.
All that for very little.
He shouldn't be doing that though, should he? Deckwood over Reed. Goalkeeper's gloves, has he?
Wants to keep his left arm down, wasn't he, by the looks of
I think
things?
he was trying to undo his glove.
Sanguisa.
Yeah, Watson. I saw some. The Panthers say something about it.
Position. There was no flag, but
Oh, Havertz, little touch of Ziyech, and that was gone. The international break is shit,
They're told just to go and enjoy
but
themselves.
the
Work hard,
competition
position
when
which
it's
they will do.
on is amazing. It's every day. I love it.
They've been given a license to just
Don't let them go through.
float around and enjoy their football.
Robinson takes it through. Well, he was born in Milton Keynes in the south of England, but qualifies for the USA through his father. So with the front three for Chelsea, Graham, in mind, does Christian Pulisic start the second leg, do you think, against Real Madrid this week?
Yeah, I do. I think he played so well in that first leg and obviously got the goal. I think he gets back into the team.
Havertz needs to start
And it's great to see
against Real Madrid on
good teams.
Wednesday.
The Manchester City, Liverpool, when they're at their best. The competition for places and the fact that whoever comes in delivers that performance that puts everyone under pressure. It's a nice continuous loop of improvement. When you look at the Chelsea team today, despite 5 changes, they look just as solid, just as creative, as balanced. So it's a nice mix, shall we say, for the coach to select from, during the final few busy weeks of the season.
Not sure whether that message that Mario Lemina got will self-destruct in 10 seconds, but it's looking like mission impossible for Fulham to escape. Stamford Bridge with anything. That's a lone stay in the Premier League. But Christian Pulisic is on the bench today. First American to score in a Champions League semi-final. It was a beautifully taken goal as well. Away at Real Madrid.
Oh, Emmanuel, it'll be good. I love that.
The Babas-
I'll be honest, I think City are more in a comfortable spot than we are.
Training ground.
But,
That shouldn't take anything away from the achievement.
oh, go on. Oh, that's a good challenge, to be fair.
Towards Ziyech, it's a good challenge, and now some room to manoeuvre here for Anguissa. Tosin, here's Lookman. What's the run of Robinson on the left-hand side? Anguissa again. Good service on that right-hand side, and once again,
Good ball.
James is forced to concede the corner.
Yeah, some really
It would be nice to
defensive
see.
work by James.
But as I said, City in a way better,
Reece James made sure he couldn't
situation than us.
get the back of Christensen
They got a
well.
good
Didn't
lead
take that for granted, that bit of
going into
space.
home.
So it was another decent
We got the
goal.
away goal, yeah. If we can score first,
Agitated.
then it's game on, isn't it? Like it'll be good for us. But
Mitrovic not warming up at the
it'll be
moment.
different. It'll be a different game, I think.
Should be Mendes, and it is.
It'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to Wednesday's game. It'll be good.
Scored at Aston Villa. He's only scored in one other Premier League game, and that was a brace
Did he
against
throw again?
Havertz. In for the hat-trick for
Oh,
Chelsea.
that's a good challenge.
But
He's
that goes
offside.
on anyway, belatedly, as we're growing wearily used to. It's so annoying, isn't it? And it takes so long to put a flag up. Again, really good.
And he's not even offside. He's not even offside.
I suppose that's why the flag does go up late, doesn't it? So that if you put this in the back of the net,
Yep.
it took a little bit too long, didn't he? Lovely touch. Gets his head up. Again, the importance of your first touch. Good recovery run this. By Tosin. Makes up a lot of ground there. I think it spins away from Ziyech.
Right, I'm gonna go for a quick cigarette, guys. Give me 2 secs.
Good over Reed. Here's Anguissa. Aina again so close. And the stroke of half time with that deflected effort that was quite brilliantly saved by Eduard Mendy. If result holds and other results go against Fulham, it could be 12 points from safety with 4 to play. That'll be just about that. Newcastle tomorrow at home to Arsenal. Burnley entertain West Ham. Monday, Eason. It's out the box of tricks to evade Billy Gilmore. Now Reece James is across. Gisa goes flying to the turf. Kevin Friend has a little bird. He had a good view of it. He was just bodied off the ball.
Yeah, it was a good challenge there by Reece James.
Go back.
Couldn't match Anguissa physically, but Reece James certainly could. Stretched out now, Fulham, aren't they? Had to work so hard, and their heads will be down now.
Oh, sorry, guys. Fucking that was rude.
Goes on for them to get back into this game.
Should Fulham stick with? Should they go back down to the Championship ground next season?
Yeah, I think it depends on what the sort of processes are behind the scenes. If they're trying to build something and they feel he's got the right identity for the team, understands the business side of the club as he's already been through one relegation with them, hasn't he? So he understands that, and it's a very different blueprint when you get relegated. And you've got to work to a different model to an extent, but keep the same principles. So I don't think you should measure whether he's going to stay or not based just on the results. It's about how he fits into that longer-term philosophy of the club.
Presumably, you have to do it without a lot of the players that are on loan. Ariola, the goalkeeper. Anderson, the centre-back. Tater, who's on the bench today. Lamina, Caballero. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, of course, who is a Chelsea player. He's ineligible to play today against his parent club.
But again, that shows how difficult it is when you do get promoted, trying to fill in quality positions. You can't afford to buy all those players. Then you might get relegated. So
Looks like Mason's pushing up. Kante's on now.
Sometimes needs. That's a really difficult situation to be in.
Gurlo Conte comes on for Hakim Ziyech.
Excellent afternoon by Ziyech. As I said before, he played the hard man role, didn't he, in Chelsea's performance, but some really positive, creative moments as well. Great attitude. Thought he played well. So Conte in there now, in his position with much more sort of alongside Billy Gilmore, Mason Mount moving further forwards in this team.
Here comes Fulham. It's another excellent whipped cross to the back post, and once again, no one attacking it. But Reece James concedes the corner.
Absolutely fabulous ball. Caballero. Playing against the back five, that's where you've got a bit of space if someone can pull out there. But Lookman has to believe that ball's going to come in. He was half-hearted in his attempt to try and win that ball. Reece James getting into, again, a good position.
Goes again, and the quality of service handling from the corner kicks, which Fulham have now had 6 or 7, hasn't been of the greatest quality.
Rolo Conte was immense, wasn't he, against Real Madrid?
And the match, wasn't he?
Oh, every part of his game was 9 out of 10. Defensively, with the ball, positionally, created as well. He got forward. He's really hit some form.
Good on Golo. What a lad.
He's the quietest person ever, isn't he? Never looks flustered.
Here he is. He's reached the age of the threshold of 30 now, Graham. Thomas Tuchel is using him sensibly.
I think also the partnership of Kovacic and Jorginho was exceptional, wasn't it? It was hard to break up. Conte had to bide his time a little bit, but now we sort of feel that he's earned that place. It'll be interesting to see, what Tuchel does in terms of, does he base selection on merit?
So it won't be long before Thomas Tuchel signs an extension to his contract here at Chelsea, which is only 18 months long. He took over in January. It's an awful fall for Mason Mount. In the centre circle, touching his lower back. Here's a Lookman for Fulham. Still down. I think Fulham attempted to top the ball out of play, and in the end they do through Mario Lemina. Really awful fall.
Yeah, pitches are hard as well. And just gets lifted up by Lemina. Comes down heavily on that side.
I think it's 100th Chelsea appearance around the career. Mason Mount.
Mason Mount.
Could you isolate exactly what is different about Chelsea under Thomas Tuchel than it was under Frank Lampard? Let's not forget, okay, they're outside the top 4, but Lampard did well last season without being able to sign players because of the transfer ban. Got into an FA Cup final. They progressed out of the Champions League group this season. They progressed in the FA Cup. So whilst he was sort of running out of steam, almost like a 4x400 metre relay runner, he handed the baton over to Thomas Tuchel, who sprinted away. But where are Chelsea different under Tuchel and Lampard?
Obviously, the first thing was the change in system. He immediately changed.
Yo, stop
the
talking
back
to
three,
here,
made
man.
the players feel comfortable. The words he used were, made them feel safe on the pitch with each other, and I think just the experience that he has of dealing with, big time players and keeping the message very simple, getting them motivated and fighting and proving themselves every day. I think all of those things, the culture.
Havertz twice.
Created. Not saying that Frank didn't have those same values. Of course he did, but Tuchel has been able to execute that in a very short period of time. And you see every player looks really secure, assured, confident, and are delivering a high standard of football. And he's created a real squad atmosphere and some consistency. I think that was lacking a bit under Frank, and you look at Frank Lampard's experience or lack of it, and at some point that's going to be exposed. A club like Chelsea, we're not going to get long to sort of have a poor run of games and see average performances before people start.
Yeah, he
questioning
is.
your
He's
ability.
playing very well recently. Well played.
Given away by Chelsea. It's Werner trying to find Mount, who appears to be okay after that tumble. But it's interesting what Jorginho had to say this week. Not Frank Lampard. It's not necessarily one of his favourites. It's Werner. The reverse to chill while the flag is up. Defended in the 6-yard box by Chelsea anyway. He said, I'll be really sincere on Lampard, who's a legend at the club, but he skipped some steps necessary for learning before moving to a big club. He was at Derby County for one season, of course, in the Championship. It's the easiest decision the assistant will make all day. He wasn't ready for a job at this level, to be honest. Well, I'm sure we'll see Frank Lampard in a job pretty soon. So much to give as one of the
I'll be shocked if
leading players in
he
recent
doesn't go to
England
Derby, you know,
history.
after the season. But Derby led.
And it's also along a lot of the younger players and give them plenty of first-team experience, like Reece James. Here's Zuma. It's all very comfortable for Chelsea at the moment. Zuma, still. Mason Mount. Playing to Lampard at Derby as well. Havertz. James. Oh, yeah, with a good start. With a bit of empty net for Timo Werner. He tried from there, didn't he? Reece James really tried for Timo Werner to give him something on a plate.
Oh, that was almost through.
There's another ball just inside the fullback. Couldn't quite get the angle on it, Reece James, to cut that back. There it is. Wrong side of Robinson. He's had a decent afternoon, Ariana, despite conceding, so he's made a couple of really important saves as well.
The feeling we'll see how we go in the Premier League regardless next season. I was on loan from PSG to Real Madrid last season, making 4 appearances in La Liga. Lucas Fabianski has signed a new 1-year deal at West Ham United, but maybe in Rio will interest David Moyes. We'll have to wait for the summer sprees.
I want Havertz to get a hat-trick so bad. He's played well today. Him and Werner and Mount. The front three's been really good today. Well, Mount hasn't been the front three, it's Ziyech. Tell us, we've been good today. I'm pretty happy with this.
Then gets on the near side.
Yeah, Mason Mount there. I can't believe watching him. He doesn't stop running. He looks tired, and then all of a sudden you see him do a 30-metre sprint, a couple of passes, make a forward run as an option. Full of energy.
Oh, big Tammy.
Tammy Abraham. On for Chelsea.
Werner?
Mason Mount.
Oh, Mason Mount.
He sprints up as well, Mason Mount, just to do a little bit extra.
Maybe feeling the effects of that fall a few moments ago. But also Real Madrid on Wednesday. We're surely the forefront of Thomas Tuchel's mind as he withdraws Mason Mount and the assist. The opening goal for Havertz, a wonderful piece of control and a slide ball attached as we mentioned, Greg. Enjoying his football and we're enjoying watching it. Here's Tammy Abraham.
It was so to say, he would have got standing ovation coming off if there had been a full crowd. He has been exceptional this afternoon.
Standing ovation.
I've got this at home, that standing ovation, when I go back into the house. No chance my family's going to give me one ever.
Sadly, I'll get doomed. That's a chance for Abraham to just remind Thomas Tuchel it's pay to the love. It's the right of a two, I think, with Timo Werner just closing down Tosin. Reaching 25 of the 29 games in all competitions at the front Lampard this season.
So interesting to see how he performs. Sort of 15 minutes or so that's left. Got an opportunity to prove himself.
Oh, Tyler, fuck knows, mate. I don't even know, man. I saw it on Twitter and I think I don't know. I haven't really looked at it that much. I haven't looked at it that much, man. But, yeah. Yeah, Tyler. You ain't wrong, man. Fucking ridiculous, isn't it?
Robinson. Geeson.
Got a maintain clean sheet.
Again by the Chelsea back line.
Winners. Well done.
By Thiago Silva.
Oh.
Mario Carvalho, an 18-year-old English midfielder who was born in Lisbon, Portugal. It's his Premier League debut. Two more Premier League actions to come later on. Everton against Aston Villa is on Peacock, 3 p.m. Eastern. Following that, a 30-minute goal zone. It's a huge game for Everton. They've still got a chance of European football. And the door is slightly ajar for the top four, but this result won't help them with that endeavour. 8 a.m. tomorrow in BCSN. Starts with Newcastle, Arsenal, and we've got Manchester United against Liverpool. And remember, if Liverpool win that game, not only will they boost their own chances of getting into the top four, Manchester City will be champions.
Bring on Mitrovic, 10 minutes left.
United rounds things off.
I would have brought him on at fucking 60th minute, man.
BCSN. And the 147th Kentucky Derby follows the action here from West London. Alexander Mitrovic will come on. So the Marcus Alonso.
Big Marcus Alonso. What lad?
Breaking up the game now. It's going to the game with all the substitutions. Comfortable for Chelsea. Opportunity for Tuchel to rotate a few players, rest a few players, and give players like Marcus Alonso the chance to go out and burn off a few calories. Benching with a lot of smiles. Instead of playing around on the drip during the week, it's a dream of as a kid. That's why I joined Chelsea. In the second leg, Mata makes way for Mitrovic, who won the championship golden boot last season with 26 goals. Only 3 to his name in the league this season.
Kante. Away to Anguissa. Lookman. Robinson collides with Reece James. It's a pretty strong challenge on Kai Havertz, who stays down.
Yeah, he's shaking a little bit there, Havertz. At least he's just picking it back up. Putting the arm, I think, with the collision. Nothing wrong with the challenge.
Scott Parker has said, whatever happens, there are big conversations to be had. He's got big ambitions for Fulham Football Club. He said, I want us to be a world-class operation. A new Riverside stand should be completed. It looks spectacular ground, doesn't it? We've seen it a couple of times as it's being built. It actually goes back into the Thames. Beautiful ground, Craven Cottage. I will miss it if they are to go back to the Championship for the first time of asking. Shard Khan, of course, with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Not Jaguars, brilliant. No comment.
Fuck's sake, man.
Bet against them coming back to the again.
Oh, it's a simple game for us, I think, today was. Not making out here. No? Starboard? Okay, please.
Again, despite the fact there being lots of substitutions and the game's become disjointed, the one thing that has been a consistent, or a constant, I should say, is Chelsea's defence. They still look rock solid, even though there's been numerous substitutions.
I talk about how lovely Craven Cottage is. It's been woeful as far as Fulham are concerned, though, this season. 2 wins in 17. Only 1 win in the last 13.
That's...
I'd say 10 points out of 51.
That's mad. 2 games they've won out of 17 at home this season.
Norwich City, Graham, they won today, and therefore are crowned
That is mad.
championship winners. So they've won the second tier, they're already promoted, so were Watford. But they've won the title on the second tier for the second time in 3 years. Fantastic achievement. Norwich and Watford will be back in the big time next season.
No, we can't Watford.
Lookman.
Buen dia. Big Ben Foster. What a lad.
Okay.
Unless I've anything sent. Ugh.
Fulham make this interesting towards the end. Which was close to it. Chelsea got his head to it first. The flag is raised on the far side.
Yes. System referee on the far side giving offside, I think. For Payne. Decent ball in this. First one, I think, from a set piece. The corners have been poor.
James. Flanked by Onoma, the former Tottenham Hotspur man. Here again, to Abraham. Got the ball, says Kevin Friend, and here comes Kurt Zuma. Tackled by Onoma. Robinson, going to have a go. They came close in the first half with a similar effort that was half over by Mendy.
Two decent tackles, one by a Chelsea player, and then that one by a Fulham player against Kurt Zuma. And again, you just wonder whether Robinson can make an extra pass there. Mitrovic in a bit of space ahead of him.
Well, he was manager of Paris Saint-Germain in December. He could end the season as Champions League winner, FA Cup winner, and top 4 placer for Chelsea. Thomas Tuchel. It's still in play for him.
All to play for Chelsea at the minute. Okay, Premier League's not ours,
Champions League with PSG
but
last season, a narrow defeat to Bayern Munich.
right, we've still got 2 trophies that we can win: the Champions League and the fucking FA Cup. So can be a successful season for us, really.
Our colleagues at Sky Sports have awarded the man of the match to Kai Havertz.
I'd have given it to Mason Mount.
Aaron, I have. We got 3 games tonight, and we've got half a squad. It's gonna be funny, man. I'm in goal. It's gonna be a right crack. I literally start in about 20 minutes. Well, we start at 8 kickoff, so I'll stream at like 10 to 5 to.
We'll agree to disagree.
So, what the fuck is that? I'm not
He's
around.
a striker there, isn't he? So someone scores 2 goals. It's the obvious choice. I thought Mason Mount was absolutely sensational in every part of this game.
I can't wait to get my hair cut, man. It's all over this shot.
Decent.
What the fuck is this?
Mitrovic fouled. Yeah, Thiago Silva just coming through the back of Mitrovic there, catching him on the heel.
Probably.
It's really tight. There's a huge amount of intent there, but very painful.
Mitrovic, the sort of player that Scott Parker will want to hang on to for a challenge in the Championship next season. Tony Abraham back defending. And say battling with Anissa. Over Reed. And there'll be 4 minutes of time added on. On the 90th minute now. Mitrovic is Robinson. Led by very efficient Billy Gilmore.
Toasted did well there. Challenge between the two of them, contest, and Toasted coming out on top and winning the free kick. Just to repeat myself, it's that Chelsea defensive unit. They're not playing particularly well in possession now, but chance here for Harvey broke into the penalty area in his debut. They look solid, don't they? Even when there's half a chance like this, the spaces between the players are tight. Mendy out really quickly. Gets caught in the head there, doesn't he, by Carvalho? Well, nothing intentional there, but the outcome's a painful one.
He was left out of the 18 entirely for the FA Cup semi-final victory against Manchester City. He was on the bench in the subsequent league game against Brighton, but returned at West Ham last weekend, keeping a clean sheet, Edouard Mendy. And of course, was between the sticks and Madrid during the week. Kept you saw there. Started against City and Brighton. Actually kept 5 clean sheets in a row in all competitions. Kept Arrizabalaga. It's his lack of form under Frank Lampard that prompted the signing of Mendy at the start of the season.
This will be a 16th clean sheet. Mendy's. Mad.
And it appears to be okay.
Great kick as well.
Keep it right here on NBC will be Churchill Downs with the Kentucky Derby at the conclusion of this one.
10 more minutes.
47th running of that famous race from Fulham. 90 seconds or so to go. On and off.
Oh.
Issa, Mario,
Seb just packed Son. Tradable. Or untradeable. No way. Man like Sebi. The guy who doesn't play the game. Goes and packs on. Let's go, Sebi. Oh, that's funny. I bet he's loving life.
Timo Werner.
Go on, Werner.
For a third here.
Last one. Last chance.
Alongside him. And that's on his outside. Timo Werner going for goal.
Ref.
Right at the edge of the penalty area. Inches away from being a penalty kick. It may still be the denial of an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, but it's a yellow card.
Yeah, players were closing in around Werner. Zayna with the free kick. Does well to stay on his feet there from that first challenge. He's looking at his options, looking around him, head up. Space keeps opening up in front of him. It's definitely a foul and a yellow card, and it's outside the box.
Good refereeing by Kevin Friend. Alonso's pretty useful in these situations, although it's very close to the edge of the penalty area. Look at that wall.
That's Alonso's all day long.
6 Fulham players in it.
I want Havertz to take it so we can hit it.
Some free kick in MLS last week, Graham, when
Well, it's not Havertz.
from this range, not to put the man lying down behind the wall. What happened? Under the wall and inside the near post. The point was, why did the ball jump when it's that close? But anyway, they have got the man lying behind it.
It's got to be Marcus, isn't it?
94 minutes. Alonso. Another chance for Werner. Now Havertz.
That's who we are.
There's Gilmore. Towards Alonso with the header. Timo Werner. Flick, he's offside anyway. That should just about do it.
Fucking cat. There we go.
Clean sheets in 15.
Right. Catch you guys in a bit. Deuces. Chelsea with a W. Kai Havertz, baby. Catch you guys in a bit.